welcome to the Her in Between podcast. I'm your host, Kellē Jones, and I'm so happy you're here today. Um, Welcome back. It's episode 12. We made it. We made it. Wherever you are, I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you are having a great week, and I hope that you have a great day or night whenever you're listening to this. I'm currently not sipping on anything fun. I'm drinking water. Water is cool, but this is just plain old spring water out the plastic water bottle. If you can't hear it in my voice, I am congested. I am fighting a sinus infection. I didn't go to the doctor, but I can kind of feel it in my face. It's super painful, but I am doing better than I was a few days ago. So thank you, God, for healing me. Um, I am recording this super late. Like, this is the day that my podcast is supposed to go live. So I hope we make it today. But if not, we will make it by Friday morning. Today is also my husband's birthday. And I'm sad that I'm not like at 100%. But we're still going to have fun today. It's still going to be a great day. He's at the gym right now. Um, he loves working out. So I knew he was going to want to start his workout off at the gym. So it's the morning time. We've got loads of activities planned. Today, as always, didn't really plan the episode out, but one thing that came to my mind to discuss today was pain and how it's super temporary. And anytime that I get sick, under the weather of any sort, I feel like the physical part about being sick is not harder than the mental part. Anytime I get sick, um, I I think about how I want to just be better. And mentally, I just do not do well when I'm not feeling the best. I really don't like that part about me, like that I get so sad when I'm being sick. And I don't just embrace the slowdown, but that's just how I am. And so when I'm sick, I always need to remind myself that pain is temporary, sick is temporary. You will be back to yourself probably in less than a week, Kellē. So stop crying, lay down, sip tea, slow down. You can't go to the gym. You probably can't go on your walks like you used to, but this is only for a week. So stop crying. Pain is temporary. So, yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. Pain is temporary. This episode is going to be short and sweet. I'm not really feeling my best, so I don't really want to talk that much. But we're going to get this out because we're showing up every week and we want to show up. So, yeah, pain is temporary. So, I'm probably going to share about like 6 points of encouragement that you can hold on to and that I can hold on to when you're experiencing any type of discomfort, pain. Yeah, let's get it. First thing I want to share with you is I tell myself the temporariness, not temporariness. I remind myself that pain is temporary. No matter how intense, no matter how challenging, no matter how hard it is, pain is temporary. It will eventually pass. Joy will come in the morning. You're not going to stay in the valley forever, and you will come up out of it. And I think it's important that when you're in the midst of pain, that you remind yourself that this won't be forever. Good times won't be forever, and bad times won't be forever. We're always up and we're always down, up and down, up and down. And obviously, we desire good better than bad, but you will always have both in this life. It's just always going to be like that. But I try to remind myself that pain is temporary. It can't rain forever. Sun's got to come out. Like if it rained forever, we would never have flowers because flowers need sun. And so even if it feels like you've been in a rough patch for a while, I promise you it will not always be like that. And you really can't make a lot of promises about life, but that is one thing that's guaranteed. That is one thing that's guaranteed. The sun has to come out sometimes. So This sinus infection, for instance, I will not always have a sinus infection. It will be over soon, and I will get back to being out there in the pollen um, and breathing at night with a clear nostril, no aches in my body. Listen, it won't always be like this. Another way that helps me navigate pain is I seek support um, from my loved ones. That really helps me when I'm going through a hard time. Is I call somebody or somebody checks in on me, or my husband literally, like, I know that I whine sometimes when I'm not feeling well. He just encourages me, like, just lay down, Kellē. It's okay to slow down. What do you need? Like, it just is so helpful, and it makes the time that I'm down pass in a faster way. So yeah, lean on the support of your loved ones. You're not doing too much. You're not too much. Listen, when we're going through a hard time, mm, call on somebody. I think that sometimes we're afraid to call on people, even though that's what we like say we're supposed to do. Like, we're afraid to do it, but just do it. I feel like I've said this before, but when you ask for help, it allows others to um, ask for help in return. You know what I mean? Did that make sense? Hope it did. Another thing that I do when I'm experiencing pain or a hard time is um, I practice self compassion. It's important to be gentle with yourself when you're experiencing pain. It's important, like, not to be so hard on yourself. Like, sometimes, for instance, I'm not feeling the best. Um, I beat myself up for not going to the gym, for not completing a lot of my work that I have to do for the week. I almost beat myself up for slowing down, which is so stupid. Like, Kellē, you do not feel well. It's okay to slow down. Um, we're so hard on ourselves. Like, it's easy to tell other people to show themselves grace, but like, you need to be showing yourself grace as well. So yeah, if you're going through a hard time, even if you're not, just always show yourself grace. Practice self-compassion. Another thing that I do when I'm experiencing pain is I focus on growth. I was just talking about this with my friends. And was just talking about, like, when you're uncomfortable, when you're in a waiting season, when you're in your in between, when you are hoping for something that has not come to pass yet. Um, and how it's so easy to get stuck on the the problem. It's easy to get stuck on the pain that you're experiencing, um, or the challenge. And it's easy to not focus on the growth that is happening. And one thing that God promises us is that we are going to have trials and tribulations. Like, that's going to happen. I think sometimes we think that when we love God or when we are walking with God, that we're not going to experience pain or challenges. And that's not true. That's like something that somebody maybe just like planted in our head, that if we walk with God, it's just going to be easy. But it's like quite the opposite. Like, okay, I found the scripture that I wanted to share with you. It's Romans 5, verse 3 through 5. Not only that, but we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us. When I read that verse, it just really speaks to me, and it says, although this challenging thing is hard, let me not focus so much on the thing, but let me focus on what's being done within me while I'm going through this thing. It's important to know that, like, pain is never in vain. And I'm not saying that this needed to happen for you to grow, but I am saying that because it's happened, you can grow from it. There can be something built within you through this thing. God literally does not waste our pain. And although it may seem like that, especially when you're going through something so hard, He can use it for something so much greater. And I know it's so hard to believe that, but it's so true. And yeah, when I'm going through a hard time, I try to not focus on the thing. And I'm not going to lie, I do focus on the thing. But I try to always, it's like this pull of, come on, Kellē, like try to focus on something else. What is being done within you? What is God building within you? What is something that you can take from this thing? Sometimes when we focus so much on the challenge and the pain, it makes us a victim. Like we get this victim mentality, and that's something that you don't want to have. So yeah, we are victors, not victims. Relief from this pain and this storm is not the greatest thing that could happen to you. The greatest thing that could happen to you is the growth that happens to you within the storm. That's the greater thing. And so sometimes we ask God to just pull us out of something, um, when really like there's something being built within us while we're in the midst of this challenge that we're going to get before we get out of the storm, that God is going to build within us before we get out of it. Um, and so, yeah, it sucks, but it's also beautiful. The aftermath, the thing that you're building while you're in it is so beautiful. And it's sometimes you wouldn't get it unless you went through that thing. One of my last points is just to hold on to hope. It's important to do that when you're walking through a hard time, when you're walking through pain. Just hold on to hope. Truly believe that you will have a brighter day tomorrow. Look at your past and think about how you had some really rainy days, but also after those rainy days, you had sunny ones, and how that was actually a continuous pattern in your life. And how right now, if you're going through a storm right now, that pattern will continue. You will have a sunny day afterwards. Um, yeah, it's important to remember that it's not forever and that it will pass, and that God is with you every step of the way. And that God never promised that you wouldn't be going through storms. He actually promised that to all of us, that we will go through storms, but we have Him to lean on, and we have our testimonies to look back on and know that if God did that then, if He pulled me out of that storm then, He will do it again. And that how my previous storms have built things within me that I need and that I needed and that I'm so proud of. And so that this storm that I'm going through is going to do the same thing. And so it's important to hold on to that. I know this episode was really short. I'm not necessarily feeling the best, but I did want to still hop on this week. But I love y'all, and pain is temporary. And if you need any encouragement, if you need anything, I want you to know that you have people in your life that love you and that they want to be there for you. So reach out to somebody. And hey, I'm here too. Like if you need to be encouraged, if you need to talk, I'm here as well. I know I may not even know who you are, but honestly, I don't really have many strangers in my life. So you can reach out to me. Um, but yeah, love you, love you, love you. Thank you so much for joining me this week. And I hope that you got at least one thing from this. And yeah, don't forget to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I don't think you can leave a review on YouTube, but yeah, leave us a review. Yeah, love you. Bye.